6:49, it's time now for the morning rush. A new report from Albuquerque's Inspector General is raising red flags over how the Keller administration is handling renovations at Old City Hall. The IG says the city spent tens of thousands of tax dollars redesigning the same project multiple times. In a statement, the city blasted the IG, calling the report misinformation.
Albuquerque Fire Rescue is now shining a spotlight on one of its own in honor of National Public Safety Telecommunications Week. Well, AFR shared these photos celebrating Arturo Guzman, who the department has named the 2024 Dispatcher of the Year. Guzman is a driver and a 6-year alarm room veteran who is described as the voice behind the console for first responders in the field. Ryan.
And dusty and gusty today, temperatures reaching the high 70s, low 80s in Albuquerque. Very warm air, low humidity, strong winds will provide the dust and even the high fire potential, damaging winds as a possibility.
A man accused of sexually assaulting children under the care of his wife is waking up behind bars this morning. Albuquerque police say Jesus Soriano Govea is responsible for assaulting at least 3 young girls while his wife babysat them. Police are now asking anyone who may have been a victim of Soriano Govea to reach out to them or their victims advocate units.
A Roswell police officer is facing multiple charges this morning, accused of beating his girlfriend. Officer Brandon Spites turned himself in yesterday. Police say his girlfriend reported the assault on April 3rd. The department placed Spites on administrative leave pending an investigation. Ryan.
And if you guys are dropping off those kids at school, calm winds for the most part, starting to pick up though with the winds in the higher elevations. We will be seeing those temperatures dropping from the 40s this morning, warming up into the low 70s and upper 60s around Santa Fe, low 80s in Albuquerque, but then we'll have to watch out for the stronger winds later this afternoon.
There's a new way for New Mexico inmates to get prepared to rejoin our communities, and the program is gaining popularity. At Western New Mexico Correctional Facility's Women's Prison, inmates are getting forklift certified. Since it began in early March, nearly 80 inmates have earned their certification.
This morning we are seeing the progress that is being made on a new building at the School for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. Their new 60,000 square foot building on Edith near Osuna is expected to serve more than 200 students. They also expect that new space will start seeing them by about 2026. Ryan.
And taking a look at traffic right now, no major accidents nor slowdowns to be reported, so smooth sailing traffic. And taking a look right now at tracker heading north on I-25 near the Big I. We do notice more cars on the roadways. It is getting a little bit busier out there, so be mindful on the roads. And we'll have more traffic updates throughout the rest of the morning.
A record collection belonging to a man in South St. Paul, Minnesota includes what could have been a very expensive mistake. Back in 1976, Zeph Miller used his library card to check out a Cat Stevens record from the local library. The late charge would have amounted to more than $5,000 because he ended up keeping the album. But since Dakota County libraries do not carry vinyl anymore, he actually now got to keep it for free.
And now it's time for the 5 facts.
At number 5, plans for another Flix brewhouse location in Albuquerque are moving forward. The cinema, eatery, and brewhouse chain's first location opened on Coors near Montano in 2016. The new tramway location is scheduled to open during the first week of May. The new Flix location shares a parking lot with Hinkle Family Fun Center.
At number 4, we are seeing the progress being made on a new building at a school for the deaf and hard of hearing. The program has been growing here in Albuquerque since it began in 2010 with 36 students. The new 60,000 square foot building on Edith near Osuna is expected to serve more than 200 of them.
And at number 3, dusty and gusty today, cooler in the Four Corners, warmer in southeast New Mexico with a couple of records possible near Roswell, damaging winds and the high fire threat for today, cooler and still pretty breezy tomorrow.
And number 2, a new report from Albuquerque's Inspector General is raising red flags over how the Keller administration handled the renovations at the Old City Hall. The IG says the city spent tens of thousands of dollars redesigning the same project multiple times. City Councilor Renee Grout believes that the city would be probably more thoughtful if it had used money that was not taxpayer dollars. Yesterday, the city declined an interview from News 13 on the IG's report. However, in a statement, the city blasted the IG report, calling the report, quote, misinformation.
At number 1, a man accused of sexually assaulting children under the care of his wife is now waking up behind bars. Albuquerque police say Jesus Soriano Govea is responsible for assaulting at least 3 young girls while his wife babysat them. APD was made aware of his actions earlier this year when an underage girl came to them saying she was sexually assaulted by Soriano Govea nearly 10 years ago. Police say they've since interviewed 2 other victims with the same allegations, and that list is growing. They're now asking anyone who may have been a victim of him to reach out to them or their victims advocate unit.